So this week we have something a little bit different. We are talking to a pilgrim on the Camino Francis as we speak, David, and that will be coming right up. So David, Pilgrim David from Perth, how are you, mate?
Very well. How are you doing?
So how long have you been on the Camino Francis now?
It's been, I think today's day 17 of walking, but I also had 3 rest days in between there somewhere, so basically 3 weeks.
Great. So this is not your first Camino, is it? You've walked the Norte before.
Correct. I did that 4.5 years ago.
Oh, wow. Is it good to be back on the Camino?
It is actually. I will admit in that first week I had that moment of doubt of like, why am I doing this again? But that kind of passed once I got past one of the towns, can't remember, Pamplona, I think it was.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
after that I felt good, like I just got into the groove and it felt really nice to be here.
Great. So is it very different to the Norte? I haven't walked the Norte.
Quite different. The Norte is a lot more up and down, so you don't have that big sort of spike at the beginning with the Alps, but you do. The first day actually is quite challenging, but just a lot more up and down, a lot more forest, which is actually quite beautiful.
Yeah.
And you also have the coastline up there, so you get to get onto the beach a few times.
Nice. But I've heard on the Norte there can be problems with accommodation, particularly during sort of holiday periods.
Yes, I remember going into San Sebastian, and that was a little bit tricky because I think that was even on a weekend, which was just a terrible idea. So yeah, weekends are challenging and holiday season are challenging. Last time when I did that was April, May, so it wasn't too bad. It was sort of at the start of the season, but yeah, that can be an issue.
So what's the Francis like in October? Is it getting a bit cool?
Definitely cool, especially the past 3 days. We've had some rain. Not yesterday, but the day before, my boots filled up with water. I've got waterproof boots, but that didn't help me. I was just walking inside water buckets.
Oh.
But yeah, aside from that, like the first 2 weeks was perfect. It's only been the past 3 days, a little bit of rain.
Yeah.
Today's great so far. You can see the beautiful blue sky behind me.
Yeah, lovely, lovely.
But yeah.
And are there many people still... Go on, yeah.
I was going to say something I think I learned from either one of your videos or maybe from you recommended me to check out the forum was getting the Altus poncho, and it's been so good.
Really?
The only thing that I could use extra would be gaiters or maybe rain pants just to protect the shoes a bit. But yeah, otherwise it's just been so amazing.
Great.
Actually, I guess maybe you didn't recommend it because I think you don't have one, so maybe it's from the forum.
I don't have one. I did mention that a lot of people use them. They're very popular.
Real good.
So are there still a lot of people on the trail? And we're in late October.
Yes, there is. Probably when I was in Pamplona, like the albergue, I went to the municipal, that was full, and that was over 100 people.
Wow.
And all the other albergues were busy as well. So I know some people stop there, but every day there's at least 50 to 100 I'm seeing.
Okay, so it's still pretty busy. I noticed Ivar on the forum, he was doing a video this week and saying that, this year has been really busy and it's almost kind of back to normal. So, So first time on the Francis, what's been the sort of memorable moments so far?
I think just the past few days, like there was yesterday especially, we came up just a small hill, and when we got to the top, it was just the most epic view for probably almost 5 kilometers.
That would have been out of Castro Jerez?
Correct.
Yeah, and then you go across the top, and then you're coming down towards Framista.
Correct. And it was just very beautiful. And I guess moments like that, and also at the very beginning when you're walking through the Alps with all the horses, and they've got all the cowbells, and so you're hearing like the noise of the bells and seeing the horses everywhere. That was just very beautiful. And I was glad I decided to take the start a little bit easier, and I stopped in Florida on the way through for the night, so I only did 9 kilometers on day 1. So the second day was really nice, just to really take my time through the Alps.
And I've heard good reports about Border. So anyone who doesn't know about the, well, they call it refuge border, it's just beyond Horizon. Was it quite good?
Correct. Very good. The guy that runs it there is very, very hospitable. It's already closed for the season, so I wouldn't recommend it now, but for next season, anyone doing it, it's an amazing place to stop. It's a very perfect post.
Excellent. Well done. So what are you looking forward to most on the rest of it?
Just enjoying the walk, to be honest. I think it's something that I've missed. Like when I did it 4.5 years ago, I had the idea to come back, and I didn't realize how much I missed. Just having that very simple goal: wake up, walk, be with your thoughts, be with some other people. Last night I had a beautiful dinner with just some other random pilgrims, and it was just wonderful. That's great. Just enjoying that. Like that's the best part. Is just
where are you? So your next stop is going to be Carry On. Where are you going to stay there?
I'm trying to remember the name. The starts with the P. It's the one where they used to have the singing nuns there, but I don't believe they are anymore.
Oh, okay. I was going to say the singing nuns are in Carry On. Maybe they've stopped that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a friend stay there last night. She wanted to see the singing nuns, but she said they weren't there at the moment. But the pilgrims still sang. Like,
you've got some amazing spots coming up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, are you already thinking about the next one and thinking, I better not leave it 4.5 years?
Yes, I'd love to do the Portugal way. I think that would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we go. Anyone who's watching this who hasn't walked the Camino yet, David's walked the Norte 4 years ago. Yes. He's halfway through the Francis, and he's planning the next one.
Exactly. It's definitely addictive.
That's par for the course. So if you were going to share a couple of tips for first-time pilgrims, what would they be?
I was thinking about this the other day. Things that I was grateful for was preparation. So when it first started raining and I realized I had the beautiful long Altus poncho that covers, 70%, 80% of the body, that was amazing. It was like, it felt so good to be in the rain, but know that I was mostly good. I just need to fix the legs. So preparation is a big part. And when I went through the forum that you recommended, I got so many helpful tips from people.
Yeah.
So that was the big one. And the other was preparation. And that was some other thing that will come to me. But I think that's the big part. Like preparing my body as well. I did probably 3 weeks of training before I left Australia.
That's good.
And that helped a lot, just get my body sort of into the groove, walking nearly every day. I did, my maximum was 16 kilometres, which isn't the full length, but it still was nice just to get my body into a rhythm.
I think there's a danger some people sort of overtrain. They think they go into the Olympics, but I'll probably do the same this time. I haven't been very active, so I might do sort of 4 or 5 weeks training or something.
Yeah. And like you say, it's not the Olympics, but it's just getting the body into that regular move.
Yeah, that's great. So has there been anything that's been a bit of a surprise or a disappointment?
I think the surprise, probably, I guess, the flatness here. Like I knew that it was going to be more flat than the Norte, but it's really flat in lots of places. And like having to walk along the roads is kind of interesting. I guess the surprise, probably just through the people I've met. Like it's even last night I had a great connection with a guy and we just talked for several hours.
Oh, that's great.
About some really deep conversations. Yeah. So that's been quite enjoyable.
I was distracted for a minute getting my Brearley guide because I'm just looking at some of the towns that you've got coming up. Yeah, Carry On is beautiful. Oh, the walk from the Roman Road there along the Roman Road is great. You got some fantastic bits coming up, particularly as you start heading towards Galicia. Wonderful. So, have you fallen into a Camino family, or have you been pretty much sort of on your own?
I'm walking solo, but I find myself like I had kind of a family at the beginning, but I guess the core person in that family has started riding because they were mixing it up, so they've gone on. But as they've gone on, I've picked up another family at the moment, so I'll probably see them again at the next stop.
Right.
And I think that's what it was like last time. Sort of, there's a few different kind of family zones along the way.
That's nice because you sort of get to the point, don't you, where you kind of know some people in that group, and you know some people in that group, and perfect. Yeah. Excellent. Well, we better let you get.
I was going to say one last tip I just remembered I picked up from you, which has been an absolute godsend. I had blisters. I was using the Compeed patches, but that was just causing more blisters on blisters. But I did bring a hiker's wool with me, which was something that you specifically recommended. And as soon as I stuck that in on top of my blisters, no pain.
It's magic.
It's just been magic.
You heard it here. Hikers will. No commercial
get
relationship.
Exactly. Just get it wherever you can get it. Get it.
Yeah.
Take a bunch of it. It's worth
Well,
it.
David, I'm very jealous of where you are. I can almost sort of picture exactly where you are, and look at the sun. And
When is your next one?
End of March.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I've got a bit of weight to lose and a bit of fitness to gain, but I'll get out there. So amazing to see you. Maybe we'll have a chat as you get closer to Santiago.
Absolutely. Happy to.
Yeah. Thanks for taking time out of your day to have a chat with us, and buen camino.
No worries. Camino, thank you.